Hello, welcome to Crafting with the Crafty Chick, and we are moving on to our next project for today. This one is inspired by my favorite color, purple, purple, purple. It is all purple and sparkly. Some of my two favorite things, sparkles and purple. You can't go wrong. But I love this stamp set. This is, again, we're using the Pretty Perennials stamp set that's in our mini catalog. And we're using this little flower here. Both the outline and the fill-in is what we use to make this card. Same thing with the leaves, where we have the outline and then the fill-in. And then this sentiment, this happy birthday, is from Happy Thought, which is also in our mini catalog. So this happy birthday sentiment is the one we use. And then the one that's inside of the card is today is great because it's all about you, the great person you are, the great things that you do, which is also a part of the sentiment of this stamp set as well. So I love those two combined. So really quick, I want to show you guys in the catalog. I wanted to do this beautiful, gorgeous grape sheer ribbon that's on page 19 in our mini catalog to go across the front of our card, but it is on back order until the beginning of March. So I wasn't able to do that. So to improvise, I just used a strip of gorgeous grape cardstock and went over it with Wink of Stella. But I will eventually be getting this purple ribbon. And then, on page 28 is the Happy Thoughts, and that is where we are getting our sentiment from for our card. And then one other thing I forgot to mention that I wanted to point out is on page 35. So there's a lot of people that really like this bundle. It is called Mini Messages Bundle. And one of the things that caught my eye was the variety of sentiments. And then you have quite a wide variety of different die cut shapes that will coordinate with these sentiments. One of the things I pointed out, that I wanted to point out, was this stamp is one stamp. So this is a whole, kind of like all on a background, all on one stamp. So when you stamp it, you stamp the whole thing, and then the die is the same way. It is one die. And if you look in the fine print, it'll tell you one cling stamp, and one die. So you stamp the whole thing, and then the die goes right over the top, and you die cut the whole thing all at once. Some people don't like that because what if you just want one, or you stamp this and now you have all of these. Let's see, it doesn't say how many there are. Usually it'll tell you how many stamps, but they wouldn't because this is one stamp. Where like this one, it'll tell you 15 stamps. That means there's 15 total. Anyway, some people don't want to stamp the whole thing and then have a bunch of excess pieces, but other people really like that as well because then you can make a bunch of different cards using these sentiments. So I wanted to just point that out because a lot of people aren't aware of that. This is one stamp and one die, so if this is on your wish list, be aware of that. Okay, and so now we are ready to move on and start making our card. I do want to go over a couple of things first. And again, this is our dimensions for to make this card. Oh, I need to bring the catalog back in because there's one more thing I need to show you. Also on our project, on page 19, which is a hydrangea bundle suite, they have these pearls here, the Pastel Pearls. These are really, really pretty. And their colors are gorgeous grape, Seaside Spray, Highland Heather, and Rococo Rose. And so I have gotten a couple of these packages of pearls, and they're so pretty. And I think you get 200 pearls in each package. And so let me see if I can just bring this out really quick just to give you a close-up so you can really see those colors. Oh, I'm going to put it back on here so you can see. But here are those pearls, the Rococo Rose, Highland Heather, Seaside Spray, and then the darker purple, which is the gorgeous Grape. These are the ones that I'm using on my card project today. It's the gorgeous Grape pearls. These all are the same size. Sometimes you'll have a larger size pearl, and then a small or large, medium, small. These are all the same size. Okay, so the darker purple ones are the ones we're using on our project today. Okay, so now I think we are just about ready. One of the other things I wanted to point out is on my card today, I have gone over the Gorgeous Grape strip with Wink of Stella, and I also did Wink of Stella over all of my purple flowers and the polka dot or flower centers in the middle. I use Wink of Stella on that as well. Now I do also have it on my Happy Birthday sentiment, but the Wink of Stella tip is a little wide for that. So I'm going to show you what I use. A very dear friend of mine gave this to me, and it is a jelly roll pin from Sakura, which is in Japan, and I have not had a whole lot of good experiences with jelly roll pin, because the problem I've had in the past is that you go to write and that the ink doesn't transfer all the way, so sometimes you have to go back over it 2 or 3 times to get it to work, if you could get it to work. So I just kind of gave up with jelly rolls, and I got this one from a friend and I used it, and it was like, oh, this is so nice. It is smooth, it just flows, and I don't have to keep going back over an area to get it to transfer. And it's just like a ballpoint pen, which makes it really nice to go over a sentiment or to even write with. So thank you friend, you know who you are. I love this thing. I will have to get some more. And just a reminder, Stampin' Up! Does not carry this. I think you can find these on Amazon. So Wink of Stella, however, Stampin' Up! Does carry. Okay, so now we are ready to go ahead and start putting our card together. So I'm going to bring this back in at the end of the video. So I know it's not springtime yet, but these have to be 2 of my most favorite purple colors that Stampin' Up! Has had for a very, very long time, and I love combining these 2 purples together. Okay, so we have our Highland Heather card base, and you want to make sure that your fold is on the left-hand side. And then we have our inside liner, which is my sentiment stamped in Gorgeous Grape, and then the flower is in Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. And so that goes inside for our liner. And then we have our 2 pieces that I've already stamped and done my sparkly stuff on here ready to go. One other thing, when I am doing a card and when I do a video and I say layer 1, so this is the base, so it would be your card base. And when I say, like layer 1, that would be the next layer that goes on to your base. And then when I say layer 2, that would be the second layer. And then layer 3 would be this strip. Okay? So, and I see now, I actually went 2, 3, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3. So, just so that you're aware of that, it's layer 1, Gorgeous Grape, which is this piece here, which is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then layer 2 is your stamped piece, which is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And then layer 3 is this Gorgeous Grape piece, which is 3/4 of an inch by 4 3/4. Okay, so that's what I mean when I'm saying layers. This is your base, layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3, and so on. Okay, so this is a pretty quick project, and I'm telling you, the Stamparatus is great to mass produce these, or you can try your hand at just having your flower on your block and stamp, and do your flower centers and stamp, and then same thing with your leaves as well. Okay, so I'm going to start by gluing our Gorgeous Grape piece to our Highland Heather base. I know we are still in winter, but I am ready for spring. I'm ready to see the snow gone, and I'm ready to see the trees, everything blooming, everything green again, and the new stuff we planted last year. I'm excited to see those come up. So, am I trying to force it? I don't know, but I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach our Whisper White stamp piece to our gorgeous Grape layer. So this is layer 2. And the nice thing that you can do with your stamps is you can create your own DSP, your own designer series paper, by just using a stamp. This is one stamp. And then the leaves and then the centers is one where you just pick your pattern and go with it. And it just comes together so quickly. Now I'm going to take our sparkly Wink of Stella gorgeous Grape piece and attach that to our layer. So, and I'm coming in at about an inch from the bottom roughly. But you could, like if you say your flower is here and you don't want to cover it up, you can come a little lower. But I like to just go up just a little bit more because I want to have room for my sentiment to show through as well. And you can, if you stamp your piece and you decide, oh, I really like to have a flower here, before you attach this piece, you can stamp a flower real quick, just to have that poking through. Okay. And then we have our sentiment piece. Oh yeah, that reminds me, this die is from those lovely stitched pierced blooms die cuts, and I'll show you guys those here in a minute and get my leaves out of here. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to pop this with dimensionals on the back. Find my paper piercer. Here we go. I don't know how that happened, but okay. So, and I just put 4, one on each side and then top and bottom. And then we're also going to put dimensionals. So this flower, remember I said it has one petal that's kind of a funky shape. And so I want that petal to be facing this direction, which means when I pop my sentiment onto my card, because my flower is going to be in the corner, I want to make sure that I put dimensionals on this side so that it pops on my card. So I'm just going to put 2 on the back of those. And so after we put this on, then we're going to attach our flower. And let me find my grid here. And we're looking for my center, which is my 8-inch mark on my board. And center that with my line here. And then put your sentiment right in the center of that. And I'm going to take off my dimensionals. And then we want to put just a little glue on this side because that is going to get attached to our tag. I have my funky petal going that direction. And I just like to pop it right in the corner here. And hold that down for just a minute, and then I also want to pop my 2 leaves, my leaf pair. So I want a mini dimensional on each one of those. Okay. And I'm going to come in underneath on the left hand side and just tuck this under my flower here. Like that. Okay. And I'm done. Oh no, we're not done with that part. So then we're going to come in and attach our inside liner to the base of our card. remember if I did put Stella over the inside card. This one does not have Stella, so I'm going to put some Stella on my flower really quick. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Now we're done with the glue, so we can put that away. Okay, and then we have our gorgeous Grape pearls here. And that should be good to go now. Okay. So I'm going to take my paper piercer and just go under each one of my pearls, and I'm putting a pearl in the center of each one of these flowers. Now if you didn't want to do them all, you could just do like every other one or just a couple. But if you want to mail this to someone, you're going to have to pay extra postage. These stick out quite a bit, and I don't think it will go through those machines that are at the post office. So I'm pretty sure you're going to have to pay extra postage. Just an FYI on that. Okay. And then one here. But they just really make the flower. They just look so much prettier with these pearls. Okay, and I have an extra one to use for another project. And there you have it. So there's our beautiful, gorgeous Grape pearls on our card. Isn't that pretty? And super quick. I mean, you can mass produce a bunch of these and have them for your card stash, and you have them ready to go. Birthday cards to send out. And you can do this in many, many colors. Blue and pink and any color combination. But I love just kind of one or two colors. Really pretty, huh? So that is that one. Just a nice spring color card. And so here is our dimensions for that one. So again, remember, it's supposed to be layer 1, 2, and 3, not 2, 3, 4. My mistake. So purple, purple, purple. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I remember several years ago when Stampin' Up! Had, there was another color called Wisteria Wonder. And that was such a pretty, pretty purple, although, and I still have it, although it does have more of a kind of a grayish look to it, more than a purple. Almost like a light lavender gray color to it now, but it's still a pretty color, and I still use it from time to time, even though it's retired. But I love my purple. So anyway, thank you so much for crafting with me today, and let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you for our next project. I love you. Bye-bye.